Ladies and gentlemen, after all these weeks, I finally have the Red Hot Screaming Daiquiris, ladies and gentlemen. I think, yes, I thought it was high time. And some people actually have told me this. It is high time that you feature your band. So I thought I would. And here you guys are. Thank you for joining us here at the
Well, thank you for having us.
at the Lynn Sherman Show. You know what? I'm gonna finally get to talk to these guys and ask them things. They're friends of mine, you know, in case, FYI, in case you didn't know. But there are some things that I don't really know about them. Of course, little secrecy is good. Some secrets are good. But I'd like to know. Well, first of all, let me reintroduce on guitar. I'm sorry. On guitar, Egai Avenir! Hi, Koyang. You know, you and I hang out and stuff and drink and talk music, but what exactly, what's wrong? It's true. Everybody, no, but no. I've never asked you talaga, sino yung dami nating influence, ano? Pero can you name three on the top of your head? Who's like your three main influences? Doesn't have to be a guitarist. I mean, it could be anyone.
Siguro ganito, Beatles siguro.
The Beatles.
Yan, tapos a classical player, Andres Segovia,
Okay.
and Chet Atkins.
Cool. Any I don't mind showing my ignorance. The classical musician you mentioned was that a guitarist? Is that a
Yeah,
guitarist?
it's actually I was amazed by what they can do on guitar.
Ah, okay.
So it's I'm more fascinated by
the
the
skill.
possibilities that can
The
be.
possibilities. And why the Beatles? Well, I guess there's so many reasons, ano, pero
I was part of that generation.
No,
I
but
grew up with it. So I learned my playing
from listening to the Beatles.
by playing the music. I learned how to play guitar by
I see.
I started with their song.
There were so many Beatles records back in the day, you couldn't miss it. You
But
had to.
but was the
not
guitar
listen
your
to the
your
Beatles.
was the guitar your first instrument?
Yeah, and
Okay.
there were guitarists also. It was guitar music all throughout.
During that during the
Yeah,
Beatles time, but
yeah.
the Beatles the Beatles are like timeless, eh. They're like, I mean, their music is what makes the Beatles exist you know, why is their music still existing today? Don't laugh. It's true. I wonder about that. And I know you can you can give a
It sounds good, eh?
It's a good answer.
Sounds good, yeah.
That's a good
They're
answer.
logical, you know.
It's logical, yeah. Because I like the Beatles too. But it's interesting because I learned to enjoy the Beatles also after other artists play their music.
Oh.
And then I'm learning to appreciate the Beatles as they are. Do you get my meaning?
I think they crept into the scene. They're pure people. They're not they belong somewhere in the outskirts of the city. It's surprising that they became that
Such a big hit.
Yeah, they became geniuses in that art. Kasi it was unexpected, eh.
And they evolved, ano?
Yeah, they were too heavy for if you think of the roots where they came from. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a good point for inspiration. Eh.
Yeah.
You
It's a-
can be good, but
Then all of them were good also,
you
eh.
don't have to come from anywhere.
That's true. That's true. And all of them were artists in their own right.
Yeah.
Like, how about you, Simon? Do you have any? I thought about this before I got on stage. I was thinking, what are your guys' influences? Do you have any, like, hi. Do you have any? Yeah, I'll move here, so we're all seen. I've never asked you that. Who are some of your major influences?
Influences? Kasi lumaki ako ng 80s, so new wave. Wave siguro, mga The Cure, Duran Duran, ganun pa.
Bakit
Totoo
ako
yun,
rin
ah.
naman.
Di
It's
ako
so really,
nagloloko.
really, yeah,
Ayun,
yeah.
yun yung roots ko.
Really? But like who in particular? You're not joking. You're serious. I can never tell when you're teasing eh. Yeah, right? See?
Hindi, lumaki
Even the
ako sa
audience here
80s eh.
knows.
80s nga, so mga...
Nakikinig ka nun. Oo.
Yeah,
Parang ako Madonna. I was
Hindi naman
influenced by her.
Madonna, Ben.
Bakit? Maganda
Siguro
magaling si
mga-
Madonna. Ah.
Hindi, mga new wave bands,
New
mga
wave bands.
British bands siguro, gano'n.
But like,
Pero afterwards, naging, kasi guitar player ako nun, so...
okay, so the guitar was
yeah,
your first
I
instrument.
played classical guitar and studied in UP, so... Pero after nun...
That's right. Nakikita ka
Yeah,
dun.
that's right. Hindi, nauna ako.
Nag-gitarang ang first instrument mo,
Yeah,
no?
guitar.
When did you
Tapos,
switch to the, why did you switch to the bass?
kasi nangailangan ako ng trabaho. Baistay na.
But
No.
that's, is that true? Kasi there are more guitarists actually in the Philippines.
Hindi, kahit naman nung nagbe-bass ako nun.
So
played bass.
palipat, yeah.
So I just decided to play the bass. And, yeah.
So basically, but do you still listen to like new wave? Hindi na masyado.
ABC. I used
ABC.
to love that band. I used to love the
Hindi na
record.
masyado. So siguro sa ano
I'm gonna talk to you later kung may gulo
sa
siya.
radio
Sa radio.
sa kotse ganun pag ano.
No, I'm just it's
Not
interesting kasi it's like I always like to let people know, to keep an open mind because like it's good to listen to all kinds of music, whether it be classical, jazz, or rock or pop. And I'm gonna leave Koko for last because he talks too much. I'm gonna talk to Michael.
I
Do you have a
haven't
mic?
said a word.
What's
all
what-
night.
I was hoping Coco would be third.
Do you want to?
Okay, you want me to go ahead?
Yeah.
You
Okay,
can
you go.
talk simultaneously, guys, but just let the camera
We'll talk
see you.
simultaneously.
You want me to go
No,
ahead?
but no, maybe not. Don't
Okay,
talk
you go ahead.
simultaneously. Just who's gonna talk?
Coco's gonna talk.
Coco's gonna talk.
Okay, I'll talk.
Oh, you talk. Michael, you okay.
I'll look at the camera.
We'll get to you in a while. We'll get to Michael Young in a while. Coco, tell me about your influences.
Influences, present, past, or future.
No,
all
no,
of
I
them
like
combined.
past. I like stuff like you listen to like growing up
Music.
as a
Music.
teenager. Yeah.
I mean, like Koyang. I mean, I grew up. I mean, the reason I started playing drum set in the first place was hearing a Beatles record.
Okay.
This record called Hard Day's Night. I mean, I was 12 years old, and I mean, I've evolved into some other monster now.
No, but
But I mean, it all started with the Beatles for me too.
Start with the
actually,
Beatles.
Yeah.
but you play keyboards as well. Would you do that as well then while you be playing?
I wasn't.
Or you
really,
just fool around with the keyboards when you can?
I fooled around with the keyboards when I was about 14, and my mom made me take piano lessons.
Okay.
So that was like the whole other classical side of it. Maybe I wasn't really interested in that type of music more than I was, say, rock and roll.
When you were in the College of Music, what was the music that you'd play?
Well,
Jazz na, no? More on the jazz
yes,
side.
jazz and classical. I mean, classical was always still,
No, but
instilling
if
all
you're
the
saying
students-
classical, were you playing like timpani? Like if you're
Yeah,
were you a percussion?
classical
Were you a percussion major?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I was just wondering.
I learned.
I mean, I
had-
saw you there, but I never knew exactly
Sure,
what you were
yeah.
taking. Okay.
Yeah, well, I was never really in school most of the time. There's a lot.
I saw you there for a while.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't remember. My
Okay,
my
you're
childhood is a blur really at this point.
But your influences now.
Well,
Is there anybody you want to
know,
mention now?
Well, I'd have to say the main three influences right now would be John Coltrane, Miles Davis, and Wayne Shorter.
Okay.
I mean, this is sort of, I mean, it says it all in jazz for me. I mean, these three guys. And, but I have other inspirations now, such as like Mayor Bloomberg of New York City, because he's a financial genius. And I aspire to be like somebody like Richard Bloomberg of New York
It's
City.
interesting.
Yeah, I'm into finance now. I'm into,
Money matters.
money and, personal
I wish I had
wealth and
money
stuff like that.
I wish I had money to matter with.
Yeah,
Anyway.
yeah. So, let's talk about stock options later. Okay.
in a while.
Okay, good.
But
All right.
now, stock options, really?
Yeah, I got
You can give me advice?
Oh,
yeah?
absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
We'll
Mutual
talk,
funds.
we'll talk about that.
then stock options. And anyway, it's
But-
just
but
that's all
then
that.
you can interject. Now I have Michael Young, and Michael, I've first of all,
Yes.
no, I do have a question. Are you half Filipino or
Yes.
are you? So who's Pinay?
Mamay ko, Filipina.
Nanay mo.
Mhm.
Parang ako.
Um,
Tatay ko-
my dad's German American.
German American.
Yeah, my dad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what are your now?
Half.
You're half.
Halo halo.
Halo halo.
Just
Yeah, I
wait.
look like Well, like all of us, I think. Anyway, what now? Tell me about with the music growing up. What were your influences?
Well, Koko stole them already, so. No, actually, I listen to a lot of classical music. Actually, all my degrees are in classical music.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Like
So-
who? Like name.
Well, I like Glenn
what,
Gould.
contemporary.
Glenn Gould, the pianist, famous pianist.
Okay.
And I like Bjork, what Bjork's doing.
Yeah, I like Björk too.
Yeah. And yeah, I listen to a lot of stuff. Hello, hello.
You don't listen to like Anna, like Coco listens to ABC.
Yeah, you know, somebody
New wave
pulled
music,
an
man.
I
ABC,
listen.
right?
New wave music. New
And it
wave
was really
rules.
interesting,
I
you
listen
know?
to I listen to DEF.
What's that?
That's
Don't
a
look
joke.
at me, bro.
That's
I
a
don't know what
joke.
you're talking about.
Ha ha ha! Whoa. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. Did I cover all the? I didn't cover all the bases at all. But okay, do you want to say anything? Say hi to mom and dad. Yeah, we have to.
Yeah,
we
maybe
have-
I got something else to say.
gigs.
We have
Can I
gigs.
just say,
Gigs.
you
Just say
know,
the gigs.
Every
quick.
Mondays, Freedom Bar.
Every Monday's
Every
Freedom
Monday,
Bar.
Jazz Jam.
Jazz
Akasha
Jam
is
at-
the name of the band.
What's the name of the band?
Akasha. With Mar Dizon, Henry Katindig, and Ronald Tomas.
There you go. And any more gigs? Because we have to. We have to end.
every
Not me.
every first Wednesday of every month. My group.
Oh yeah, that's right. Me, Mike.
Every
Simon.
first Wednesday of every month at
Magnet.
Possibilities and Magnet
Magnet
Katipunan.
Katipunan.
I go there sometimes and I hang with these guys. And I need to join you guys at Freedom Bar.
Yeah.
And with that, you have to return to your drums because we're going to take a short break. Return. Thank you guys for sharing your. Even I learned something with that segment. We'll see you in a little bit.